Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. My name is Rebecca and today we are going to be doing my January week 2 expense check-in. So if you want to see how I spent my money and in all the categories, then just keep on watching. Okay, so this week did not go as well as I had anticipated. I feel like I'm starting to become a broken record and I'm still struggling with the eating out category. I think part of my issue is just that it's not something I have to be cautious of, so I'm not as cautious about it as I want to be, if that makes sense. Like, there's no real motivator, I would say, to reducing the spend in this category, but I do want to, and it is something I really am trying to focus on. I will say one area of success, because I want to look at the positive of this last week, is that I had 2 no spend days. Like, I wouldn't count bills, but like I didn't even have bills on those days. So it was 2 true no spend days, and I am tracking those on my calendar. So that was really nice. I feel like that is a huge step because usually I always have some sort of transaction, whether I run to the grocery store for something quick or we eat out, like it's just something is always happening every day. So I'm really happy that I had 2 true no spend days. So while I did not do as well in the eating out category as I had hoped, I at least did that, so kind of a win. One other thing that happened is, if you can see here, I did have a really large eating out expense, and that was something that wasn't really planned. I went to have dinner with a friend and it ended up being a little more than I anticipated, but it was fine. Like, I hadn't seen her in over a month. So, things like that. Again, I'm not in a debt situation. I'm still hitting my other savings goals. So it's fine. It's just, this is something I do want to reduce. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the highlighting. And some people in the comments of like my last video were mentioning how they label. I didn't have a label maker, so I was gonna try to write in Sharpie on my markers, but then I realized I had some Erin Condren stickers that I hadn't used that I felt like would be perfect. They are lifting a little bit, so I don't know, but I didn't want to go out and buy a whole label maker just for this. Like, that's one of those things that in the past I totally would have convinced myself to just buy a label maker. So I'm kind of proud in that sense that I didn't do that, and this is gonna work for now, and then maybe if it doesn't, I will just do the Sharpie thing and write on them. So I grabbed the ones I needed. So let's go ahead and go with eating out first, because that one's gonna be the most. So okay, let me just highlight this while I'm here. Okay, and then let's do miscellaneous. I did have to pick up some medicine at Walgreens. I debated on if this should be like miscellaneous or household, because it kind of is like a household thing, but I did miscellaneous because it's not something I would be like regularly purchasing for the household. At the beginning of this last week, I felt like I was coming down with something, and I definitely think I was, but my body was just fighting it off enough that it didn't totally take me out, which I'm really grateful for. But that is what that was. Then this one was travel related, but it was something that was not tied to a specific, like, one trip. It wasn't like a hotel or anything like that. So I decided to categorize it as miscellaneous because it's not like regularly recurring. So that was kind of the story of there. Then I did finish up the rest of the gift stuff that we needed to get. So there are 2 transactions, 3 here actually. Okay, and then 1 grocery transaction. I realized I was not highlighting. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add up all the different categories. Okay, so 137.50 and eating out, which again, taking out the large one, that was 71.40, which again is not great for a week of just eating out. But as you can see, I also didn't really have much grocery expense. I did pick up like some of my breakfast items that will last me obviously more than a couple days. So kind of balanced out, I guess, if we take out the one larger expense. But again, this is definitely an area that I really want to bring down. I just need to figure out what's gonna motivate me to do so. So the miscellaneous was $36.46. Gift, $34.80. And then grocery was just the $22.17. Let's add all this up. So $230.93 this week. And again, that is pretty high, I would say, for a week of mostly just, you know, eating out and things like that. Like the gift stuff wasn't really that much, neither was the miscellaneous. So again, it is something I really am trying to work on, but I just got to figure out what's going to motivate me. Unfortunately, I already know that I'm actually over budget for this last pay period in terms of my variable spending. I've mentioned in other videos, I give myself about $420 every paycheck for like all variable spending. I don't really categorize like, oh, $200 for grocery or whatever. It's just a lump sum, because I found in the past when I was categorizing it by like X amount for each thing, it felt very restrictive and very stressful. So that's why I just do like a lump. This is how much you have. These are the things that it covers. There you go. So I am over budget in that sense. But again, I'm not going into debt for it. I'm just going to have to rearrange some of my funds, whether I take it from, my shopping fund, or I reduce a couple categories in my next paycheck to cover it. And then hopefully my next pay period, which is happening the week that I'm filming this, I will be getting paid again. Hopefully I can do a little better in this next cycle, and then hopefully, I will have some left over then. But again, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I did have a win by having 2 no spend days, so I'm going to take that for what it is, and hopefully, it will get better. I am proud that I have actually been managing to track all this too. Like, it's really exciting to see all the color coding and like keeping track of everything. So I am, again, just excited to continue this process. I have been meaning to film a sit down, like low buy 2025 video. I have not had a chance to do any sit down videos. I literally just carve out enough time to do these to keep these consistent. But I do have some progress in that arena. So I do want to get that filmed and uploaded hopefully soon. If I can't get it done before the very end of January, I will probably do like a low buy / January update all in one. So we'll see how that goes. But I am doing some things, and I'm trying to, stick to certain goals for this month and for the year in terms of things that I don't want to buy as much of or don't want to buy at all. So stay tuned for that. I am going to film that. I just need to get a moment to actually sit down and do that. But anyway, that is it for this check-in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know how your second week of January went down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.